That's how I'm.
What's good, homies? Welcome to episode 15 of Homie Studios. It's your boy ST, the GREAT, joined by the homie Rod, the homie Shadez, Ryan, P. G. Man, how y'all boys doing? Peach, how you doing, my brother?
Doing good. Fresh off work, getting this money for the week. Had a good week. Been doing good lately, actually. Shout out to all the people supporting room renovators, because I make your shit look good. So holla at me for the low.
Room renovators. Okay, brother. Hey, we like to hear that. We like to hear that you out here, getting some good business popping off around you. It's trying to grow.
I'm trying to get life in a balance.
No, I feel you on that. Point, brother. Hold up.
How about you, Rod?
Hey man, it's the weekend, man. It's Friday. Florida Gators finally got a football game. I'm here, baby. Thank Lord.
Yes, sir. How you doing? How your boys doing down there, Ryan and Shadez?
We're brothers.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give them a high five. Head ass.
All right. Good. Take one.
Beautiful guy. Hey. We in the studio with the homies. Gotta blow one if you know me.
Yo.
And also
smoke weed every day.
Yo, just chilling, bro. Had a good week. Positive week. Laying the foundation. I think I did make the right move. As far as my career, I think I've solidified that. I'm comfortable. I know now I just need to focus on where I need to be, focus on what I'm doing, focus on my family, continue. Stay hungry, stay humble, and then keep going. So I'm blessed.
The block too? Look at the block.
What's on the block?
As far as me, I mean, it's Friday. I really have no complaints. Work week was what it is. Just blessed and count my blessings. Glad to have something.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is, man.
That's facts.
Stay blessed up.
Yo, the work week for your boy was a little hectic and stressful, but by the end of Friday, you know how we do, knock that shit out and go ahead and have a peaceful weekend. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm already a full Crown and Coke down, so you already know where your boy at. You dig?
Yeah, dig. So my boy said he ready for certain topics.
Ready to do some pod and head ass. You know what I mean? All right, fellas. Let's start off this week then, man, by jumping into this real talk.
Into it.
We start real talk off with the endorsement of Trump by Young Weezy himself. I was trying to think of something there, but I'm trying to be Tunchi
and Trump. That sound right.
Yeah, man. But he came out, and here I want to make sure that when I tell you guys this, I read this verbatim. Not only was a picture of Trump and Lil Wayne posted to Twitter by Lil Wayne last night, he also stated this: just had a great meeting with Ronald. I call this man Ronald. Just had a great meeting with @RealDonaldTrump. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done. What y'all think about that, man?
What you got, Rod?
You like he's stewing.
Oh no, I'm not stewing. I just if that's what you think. You know what I'm saying? It just you know what's funny is that Shadez even actually said this too, and he mentioned that whole platinum thing, and I don't like it either now. I don't like it either. And it's just like you know, I think that there's two ways that Wayne is going about this, and there's a benefit to Donald Trump that Joe Biden, obviously the whole tax credit thing, and I think that to use black people as your guard to protect your taxes, I think is weak as fuck. So I don't even want to give it the time of day. I respect what he's saying because in the end, but I think that if that's the way that you want to say you know what I'm saying. 50 Cent kept it real by saying, hey, look, my taxes are going to get fucked up, and that's what it is. All right, fine. I can actually respect that. If I made that amount of money, I can respect that actual take. But for you to lead this conversation on with black people, man, it's just crazy. But it's whatever, man. It doesn't surprise me.
You got Shade?
I don't respect it at all. I understand it, but I don't have no respect for it. But that is his take, and he is who he is, and he's able to give what he thinks about his pick. You know, that's his pick. You know what I mean? You do have to respect people's pick, and I respect the pick and I respect the choice. I don't respect what he said. So I understand if you want to vote for Trump, especially if you make a certain amount of money, but also if you look at what he says. He has initiated certain things for prison reform, and I did do a little bit of research. He has exposed China as far as them manipulating their currency and the labor laws and everything that they have for their people. So they pretty much have slave labor and stuff like that, and that's why they're able. All these companies are taking their business over there, and they're basically getting all this stuff done for a low price, and then making their profit margin is crazy. And also they have child labor over there too. So I understand. Oh, and also making peace in the Middle East. So I understand certain things that people like about Trump. I understand it, but I still don't endorse it, and I still don't agree with it because this guy on the presidential debate, he just admitted that he was racist. When he said that I'm the least racist person in this room. Okay, that means you're still admitting that you're a racist. Like, oh, I can't see anybody behind you, but I knew that I'm the least racist person in this room. Okay, you're still saying you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? So just off the fact of that and the fact that you have a lack of respect for people and their cultures, I can't have you represent me as a president. Now, if we can find a candidate that is getting peace in the Middle East, is showing what people are doing with their currency and exposing people manipulating stuff with the currency, is doing prison reform, and is taking care of certain groups of people that are being taken advantage of or currently being killed. You know, if we can find another candidate to represent us that is going to continue that path, but that can show respect to all people, then I'm down for that. But as far as if somebody's going to, like, I seen somebody in the comments on one of the things that, oh, Lil Wayne voting for Donald Trump, so I am too. Like, I'm not an idiot like that. I can be a fan of you, but I can still have my preference, and still you go do what you got to do, and you go do what you got to do. But I understand it, but I don't respect it at all.
What you got, Ryan?
I mean, to me, it doesn't. How do I feel about Lil Wayne having those actual feelings towards the situation? It doesn't surprise me. I mean, anytime there's been any type of social injustice, anything, and they ask Lil Wayne his opinion, he doesn't care. He never does. When they ask him, "Oh, how do you feel about this person getting shot?" He was like, "They shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have did this." Like, he doesn't care. So, like, at this point, for him to say that, I'm already in the mindset that you're selfish. You're just gonna think about how it's gonna affect you. You're not thinking about how it's gonna affect anybody else. So, I mean, it's horrible that he has the platform that he has, and he's able to display what he displayed because, like Jay said, that's going to sway some people that were on the fence that didn't know what they were going to do. And just because he's their favorite rapper and they listen to him, okay, well, he might know, okay, if he down with Weezy, he got to be cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. And it's just like, it's unfortunate, but as far as it coming from Lil Wayne, that doesn't surprise me.
What's the great take on this, ST?
So for me, it's real simple, right? If you can't see, let's put pieces together here. If you can't see that we have Lil Wayne, a guy that we as a community support, and Donald Trump, and it being 5 days away from election day, and if we can't put these pieces together and understand this is nothing but a manipulation and a ploy, then we are dumber than this country is dumber than we all thought it was. You see what I'm saying? Like for one, any rapper that's out there, especially successful ones, right, they make it over $400,000 a year, right?
Right.
That's
Easy. The rappers who are coming out and they're showing their support for Trump or saying they will vote for Trump or whatever the case may, any alignment with Trump, they're letting it be known. Hey, Biden over there, you know, he's talking about 62% on my damn income over $400,000. I'm not surprised by a single soul. Any artist, any athlete, anything that says that they're going to vote Trump because it makes monetary sense for them, even though it doesn't make any kind of other sense for anything else. If money is the only thing that's driving you, then I can see why they go that route. But if they want to stand for anything, I can't tell people to eat their money because that's tough, man. You know what I mean? Like this.
Let's see. What I don't understand about that point though is about exactly what Donald is. No, I'm not saying that you said anything. I'm just saying that people that say that, I don't understand why you would say that, because you can do the same thing Donald Trump is doing and exactly what other business owners are doing. You have a business, you have a certain amount of tax write-offs and a whole bunch of stuff that you can deduct and reduce that. Like the dude that owns Amazon didn't pay no taxes. Or I think Amazon did. Amazon, the company, didn't pay no taxes. You know what I'm saying? That's $1 billion company. They didn't pay no taxes this year.
Yeah, I know. But why that can't be the case and why they can do that, and I'm sure they have connections to be able to get to that, right? But at the end of the day, niggas ain't trying to jump through that many motherfucking hoops sometimes, dog. That's a lot of hoops you got to jump through to be able to be trying to maneuver your money around so much that you can, let me do this right off. Let me do this right off. Let me do this. And then just to get like, that's a whole.
No, all you got to do is have a CPA and keep track of it. Or just keep track of what's what. All you got to do is keep a little track of the stuff that you're doing.
Understandable.
You got to set up a business.
Understood. But the problem is, and roll with me here, and just let me know if you agree.
Right.
Some of these artists who get into the game, you think they that smart on
You're right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all because yeah, niggas know how to spit. Niggas know how to spit. Niggas know how to put words together.
You're right.
Some of them ain't money wise. That's why a lot of them get conned out of a lot of their money because they ain't smart with their money.
You're right, 100%.
You see what I'm saying? So like, but
at like talk to us,
right? So like, but go ahead, Peach. Go ahead, Doug.
And for me, it's like it ties into a little bit of what each of y'all said, but I 100% respect it because this who Wayne always been, like Ryan was saying. Wayne came out and said that white people support him more. Those his fans, those his people, those the people at his shows spending their bread. That's why he rich. white people. He said that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So he gonna support that. That's why anytime that's like Ryan said, social injustice shit come out, he don't be worried about it. He don't make no stance on it to put that on him because he can't afford to lose that demographic that supports that shit. And he knows that. You know what I'm saying? He not stupid. And he knows that him doing a little thing with Trump, that boosts his money. It boosts his money because a big part of his fan base is Trump's fan base. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good move for both sides. And politic wise, using black people is something that all of them do. You know what I'm saying? Even Obama, when he did it, he got Jay-Z and Beyonce on his team heavy to get a lot of black votes. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never gonna knock them for that. That's what they do. But I
They're
just
paid to even.
want people
They're
to
paid to
just
even actually do it too.
right, and that's the thing. You know, Wayne got good money for that. But my thing is bigger than that. Like, how many people are so siding with these people who the things that they support and the things that they're affecting don't affect the person. You know, like it might affect people I like, people I know, but it don't affect me. You know what I'm saying? Like these people who make that money, like you guys say, of course that's a good decision monetarily for them. Of course it's like, you know, no brainer. If it was me, if I had that much money, I probably couldn't even understand what y'all was talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't live that life. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this middle class life where we trying to make it, where we allow paycheck to paycheck, if that, you know what I'm saying? And that stuff is not helping me, you know what I'm saying? So how can I be supportive of things that aren't helping me? It's helping people that are better off than me already. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't disagree with anybody who supports him for those reasons, you know? But like it said, like, the manipulation of trying to get other people to that's his fans that might not even be affected positively by this guy being in office, that's a part of the politics, and that's why the politics are the corrupt part to me. Like, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I care if you care. Do you care about people, like you say when you're running? Do you care about, you know what I'm saying? Care about everybody, because the rich people matter too. Because if I was rich, I'd want to matter. You know what I'm saying? Something like I'm paying taxes. I need something. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But at the same time, they're not the only people, and they're a smaller percentage of the people. So if you're caring most about the smallest percentage of people, how could I rock with that?
That's facts. That's facts, man. Well said. And I'll say this about Wayne. Weezy F baby, and the F stand for 5 dreads left. That's all I'm saying. But hey, hey Shades, take us to this next topic, brother.
Yeah, man. So, in previous episodes, we talked about the contract for Black America. Well, we said it was Black people, but it's contract with Black America. So I need to correct myself there. And then that was given to Trump, and Trump created something called the Platinum Plan. Well, Biden did release some information that he wanted to do for the Black community and in other communities as well. But I received something in the mail that kind of explained things in a little bit more detail. And I thought it was kind of convenient that it came like right before the election, but I already voted. But I wanted to explain to the homies across the nation and the homies here on the pod, if anybody didn't receive what I received, what Biden's plan for the Black community is talking about. So he said he wants to pass something called the Paycheck Fairness Act that will hold companies liable for discrimination based on race and gender. So that is a move not only for anybody that is getting discriminated against based on their race, but also based on gender. So if that were the case, that would automatically stop the whole female getting paid less than male thing that's going on right now. Because I didn't really even think that was a problem. I didn't even know that was an issue. But apparently that is. And I think
huge issue. Huge, gigantic issue, bro.
Because some of the females are a lot more like advanced and know what to do Like they're on the same level mentally as a lot of the males, if not better, in certain cases. You know what I'm saying?
In companies, mostly in upper levels. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
entry level, so they get lost in it. That's why you don't pay attention to it as much. Because when we work together and we started at the same time, I assume we're making close. You know, I'm like, all right, I work a little better than you. I might make a little bit more.
Right.
You know, but we don't pay attention to that. And then when we get promoted, and now we both supervisors or this or that, we don't pay attention to what you getting. Only when we come in, we like, oh, we both started at 14, 13. You know what I'm saying? You don't know now you're at 20 and they're at 17. You know, which is a big difference for the same path, same time.
Right. The second one, he has a plan to reduce student loan debt. So I definitely am going to be paying close attention to this because I don't know the details on it. I do have student loan debt. I have plans to get that paid off within the next 2 to 3 years. But I mean, if they got something in the pipeline that the government has to help people pay off student loan debt, that would be crazy because student loan debt makes up $44 trillion. There's $44 trillion in student loan debt currently right now. So if you were able to eliminate that, how much buying power would that have? And how much buying power would that give people to, you know, build put into the market, put into the GDP, put into their savings account? You know, you have a lot more people that'll be able to afford a house and bigger houses and have a higher mortgage, you know, if we were able to do that. So another thing he said was provide $15K in housing grants for first-time home buyers. So that would be pretty powerful. If you're a first-time home buyer, you'll be able to get a $15,000 grant, which is a forgivable $15,000. Usually there's some stipulation that you got to stay in there for 5 years. So just be wary and be careful with bonds that you get. Make sure it's forgivable or not forgivable or unforgivable. Also, they said there's going to be additional tax credits on top of whatever we have right now for first-time home buyers. He said he's going to ban exclusionary zoning laws. Pod family, I'm going to have to ask y'all to forgive me, but I did not dive deep into what exclusionary zoning laws are. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely going to do research and find out what that is, maybe during the pod while somebody's going in depth on something that they're talking about.
Does that not sound like eerily similar to like redlining?
Yeah, it just sounds like another way to do it.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
So he said he's going to ban exclusionary zoning laws. So it looks like they found another way to redline. Wants to pass a renter's bill of rights for those who can't afford to purchase a home. So if you're renting a place, then I guess he wants you to have a bill of rights. I guess during COVID, there were reports that landlords were throwing people out and all this type of stuff because they weren't paying rent and stuff like that. So, and then the major thing that I saw at the bottom was plans to invest $150 billion into Black business and enterprise.
I got it, Shades. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Provide equal access to loans and capital, and then he's going to give access to federal contracting for minority-owned small businesses. The same thing that Trump said in the Platinum Plan. So pretty much both sides are saying they're going to open up those federal private business contracting contracts. We need to find out. I need to do research to find out what are these business contracts that they're speaking of. So that
probably like loans and different loans with rates and stuff to benefit you. You know, not getting in debt.
There's certain criteria for what type of business that you need to do, because if we need to, let's say, why can't we get a loan to, buy 87 acres like Rick Ross real quick and build our own little Nocatee or something like that?
Yeah, they're only going to give that to people who already got loans.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's why I want to see what it is that we have to do. So in the next 5 to 10 years, when the next president come around, can we get access to it? You feel what I'm saying? Like, even though we don't have it now, what about next go around? Mm-hmm. So,
see, and that's my problem with it, though. If we gotta wait for the next president to get what this president is supposedly promising, is that right?
if we're not set up for the 150 billion, then yeah, but there's other things that we can do. Like we can take advantage of the home ownership credit. We can take credit for the extra tax credit that we're going to get for that. If he's going to have student loan forgiveness, if you want to get a degree and you don't have the money to go get it, now might be the time to go ahead and back to school and get the education that you didn't get that you said you wanted to get. So
see, the thing about it to me is like a lot of these things are to help people who aren't the most in need of help. You know what I mean? Like, there's people, like, we could use us for example, right? That can learn and understand these different, you know, these different things that they have plans to help you get out of debt, help you get a house, help you get this or that. But the problem lies in the people who already don't understand that shit. Because some of that exists already. You know what I'm saying? And some of it exists already, but these people don't have access, don't understand is the biggest part.
Don't have the knowledge for it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the hugest part. And then on top of that, some of them are just like, some of these people aren't mentally capable of even handling what it takes to get into these programs and what these programs demand in return to give these people these benefits, you know?
And I understand that, bro. But I mean, at the same time, in our community, people are either renting or people are either buying. So if you're renting and he said he's going to give you a bill of rights, then we need to make sure people understand.
Some states already have that. That would just be some making it more federal type stuff, because in Maryland, like, you can't just, like most up north states probably, you can't just like put people out like they can in certain states like here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a big deal. It's especially in the winter time.
Like
my
Detroit
dad,
right?
I used to run his rental properties, so I know like it's a 90-day plus process to get somebody out who hasn't paid rent in over 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So
yeah.
So, you know, that exists some places. So when they talk about stuff like that, I feel like that only is appealing to people who in their state that doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So that's some people.
But then you answering your own self when you state that, because yeah, sure, for the northern states that is beneficial for them that they already have those laws in place. That shit ain't happening in Florida. That shit ain't happening in like so for the people that are in those states that don't have these type of those type of laws in place, that especially in a time like COVID, that shit speaks to them. You know what I mean? And this is my thing. Like this is where I don't understand the concept of the United States, because how in the hell are we the United States, but every damn state have its own fucking damn laws and shit?
What's united about it, right?
That's not united. So let's
unite this States of America.
Right. So let's unite this motherfucker, and let's set those same laws that apply up north. They need to apply down south, and they need to apply in the Midwest and in the West Coast, in the Northwest. It needs to be an even keel. And I'm not saying like, I'm not saying like it has to be. These laws have to be some super drastic thing, but I'm saying like at the same time, like why is it not level across the board?
Well, I think simply more than likely because in certain states they probably getting more money off of certain things, like so they're not gonna make it like so. In Alabama, I might get more money off of a simple possession, as opposed to California where, okay, we got it legal over here. So, nah, you're not going to stop us from getting these stops where we getting to find these people all this bread. I feel like that's more so what it is, and the state just not going to want to give it up. Federally, it would make sense, but, I mean, it's some powerful states that hold weight, and if it's enough of them that feel that same way, they can mount up against whoever and be like, yo, that's how you rocking, we just not gonna bang with you. And
that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? And that's basically how it is.
If you really think about it, though, I mean, the government really like don't run shit. I mean, if you really think about Florida, we're all from Florida. We know who runs Florida. It's Disney. You know what I'm saying? It's Disney, and it's just like it's just like what you are actually saying, Ryan. It's just the fact of we think that the president and we think that these laws are going to run the actual state. Then, in fact, it's the mayors and the governors that are running, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on. But they're also being controlled by the people that are making the most money in whatever state that they're in.
In the state that is, yep.
Exactly.
I used
You know
to
what I'm
work.
saying?
I used to work in the casino industry, right? And that's when I realized the power of Disney, because they was trying to legalize certain casino stuff here in Florida that we don't have. And Disney was like,
Disney shutting all that shit down.
Disney put out so much money to stop that and confuse people in what the vote was about and for. You know what I'm saying? And the tactics that I seen them use and how much money they spent on using those tactics, I was like, oh, they control this because they don't play. They like, if more people come here, more people would rather go to a place close to a casino on a family trip than go to Disney, because there's so many people that like to gamble and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So Disney's like, no, we need that Florida tourism money, you know? And they were trying to legalize games like blackjack.
Wait a minute, because this is the thing. Like, because if you get all of the casino shit here in Florida, then people aren't coming to Florida for Disney. Period. Like,
you don't think that they're coming double though?
Oh no! I'm saying the vast majority of the tourists that are going to be coming here would be. Think about it'd be the East Coast Vegas. That's what this would be, right?
Right.
Except for it'd be statewide. You know what I mean? Because God knows we got places that want to turn into casinos so bad.
For real.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying they wanted to make the games like 3-card and all those games on the other side of the poker room illegal. You know what I mean? Just like that's the same people who fought against the fish games and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That lose their money. Anything that's losing their money, they not with it. Y'all making too much money in this area. That means it's taken away from us.
I got people who are like foremans and they work out of Orlando, and I'm talking about nothing moves without Disney's consent. Nothing moves, and it's just like. And it's just weird it's just almost just like who the fuck is really in charge? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The money. The money's in charge, like you said. Yep. The money's in charge. Who got the money? That's who's in charge in every state. That's why it's so corrupt, because some states it's the criminals who got the most money. So who you think running those states?
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
Mafia.
Exactly. That's why it's still stuff. You think you sleep on it, but that they still got a lot of power. Definitely. Because they still got a lot of money.
It's actually funny. So I actually follow. I've actually invested into a stock through like Barstool Sports. I'm not a stock professional, so do not take my actual stock tip. It's just my personal shit. So I invested into Penn at the beginning of the pandemic. I took because they were finally going public, and a casino was going to actually buy them out of Vegas. The casino itself dead fucking broke, right? As soon as Barstool jumped on, the stock went up. I bought the stock at $20. The stock is now at $52, okay? 2 weeks ago, it was at $42, right? Until Barstool Sports opened up a gambling app out of Pennsylvania, right? Or Philly or some shit, whatever. So now the stock fucking skyrockets. The state makes $78 billion the first month off of just gambling, internet gambling. And other states that have casinos do not want them to legalize internet gambling because it'll take away from people coming into the casinos. And it's just weird how the ball gets, you know what I'm saying, handled through all of this, that there's certain states that are willing to make money, but then there's certain states who are saying, no, fuck that. Y'all can't come in here and make money because we're doing what we're doing.
Me and ST super poker fans, and we've been dealing with that for over a decade with that stuff. Because we lost Bravado Poker, all these good poker stuff because of stuff like that. These casinos and who got the money here, they fought all that. Because a lot of us were like online, I want to have the option. Do I want to play online or go? You know what I mean? And they don't want you to have that option. They want to control where that money's going.
Bro, I spent
And banks are tracking that shit too.
I spent a good chunk of I would say 2008 to 2010 playing Poker Stars, online poker. That's where a lot of my skills got sharpened on that because it's different than playing in person. You know what I mean? And then when all of a sudden the United States was like, "Nah, fam, y'all ain't playing that. Y'all ain't playing that shit here." That's what really got me over to going and playing in person. But at the same time, I want to have the option.
I thought that was crazy when they legalized that. Yeah, I was like, this can't be real, and it happened so quick. It happened quick, like when they raised the age for tobacco to 21. I was like, they're gonna do that, and then like the next day, I seen stores like, yo, you gotta be 21. I get ID'd more because of that.
More than if I was gonna go buy some beer, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm telling you,
that's facts. All right, fellas. Well, y'all got anything else on Real Talk?
No, man. I think Weezy said a mouthful.
Yeah.
Well, so that means you know what time it is.
Yo, I need to get my shape up real clean.
Yeah, dig. Y'all know the vibes, man. It's time for Barbershop Talk, baby. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes, man.
Hey.
Hold on, dog.
What we got in barbershop talk today, bro? Y'all don't want me to take this off because I'm gonna need 2 barbershops to help me out.
Don't do that. Don't what you call it? Your work condom? Yeah, don't take that bitch off, bro. Don't take that bitch off. We're gonna start off barbershop talk in the NFL, man. We had a game last night, Falcons defeating the Panthers in Thursday Night Football. And what followed post game, Julio said he wants to finish his career with the Falcons. Now the question is, do y'all brothers believe that he wants to stay in Atlanta, or is he just doing that media bullshit where he just got to say the right thing? What say y'all, brothers?
I say it's the media bullshit because one, he's one of the most underused GOATs we ever seen. I'm looking at the statistics and the numbers and the stuff. Like, this man really might catch up to Jerry Rice shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? In some categories. And it's like, when you look at his career, what it actually entailed to, like, there's been spans, I'm talking about spans of this man's career where he hasn't had touchdowns, where he hasn't had red zone targets. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's why I don't think he really wants to be there. I feel like he's had a image of the team guy, the good guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say nothing negative in the media, and he's going to keep that up to the end, wherever he ends up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to keep that for his career. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of wide receivers do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with his caliber of talent. But I think he's going to keep that, and I think he inside hopes that he ends up somewhere else with a chance at some rings. You know what I'm saying? And a chance for his legacy to be more engraved. Because us football fans, he's engraved with us, you know? We argue the best all the time, and then Julio Jones is never out of that combo. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if he was on a better team, he might be the combo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might not be a combo. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the time span he played, he was better than a lot of the wide receivers that played in his prime. That got more fame and fathom from it, you
know? Okay. So yeah, I mean, obviously he's lying, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I feel like nobody's gonna say he's lying. You know what I mean? I feel like nobody's gonna say, no, man, that man was telling the truth, man. You know, no. But to play
just wait for Shades. Hold on, man. He might. You never know with him, dog.
You never know. To play devil's advocate.
Never know.
If he was telling the truth, why would he be telling the truth? Now, I can think of a couple reasons. If you could think of, well, we know that Matt Ryan's on his last leg and that they're going to try to bring him in somebody who actually, or bring in one of these if you gave him Trevor, I hope Trevor
Fields.
I hope Trevor's all right with his COVID. But if you gave him Trevor or Justin Fields,
he's getting Fields.
And if he gets Fields, there's no way they're gonna keep running plays that they're not gonna get this man in the end zone, bro. I feel like that's Matt Ryan and Matt Ryan alone that don't want to get that.
I will even actually roll with you too, though. I'll even roll with you on that for real. I'll even roll with you because I think that like the vibe of like Atlanta is good enough for a person like Julio to actually stay. He knows that he done been through the bullshit this long. Might as well just wait until the old man get out. If I'm gonna go to him, just say, hey, look. We have a new coach and a new GM. Get this actual quarterback out of here, and I stay. Atlanta is a vibe, though, for real, especially for somebody
or
like
get traded to the Texans.
Y'all say that you can't say that like he the young man.
No.
Not that many left either.
No, we get that.
Afford for no, somebody
look,
to come in here needing to learn. Can he afford that?
This is devil's advocate, fam. I already told you. I already know this nigga lying.
We think he lying, but I'm just saying.
If he was telling the truth, I got to try to find where the truth lies in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing.
My only devil's advocate take on this would be that I feel like he thinks he's in danger of not being on the team from the team standpoint. As far as Ridley's giving us value, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of games without you due to injury. We kind of know where we at without you. We can afford to trade you, and he might not want to get traded to a place he don't want to be.
Julio Jones got plenty of gas left though. I don't think that Atlanta's thinking about getting rid of him at all.
What y'all boys got down there, man?
How they gonna pay him and Ridley?
What y'all boys got down there?
It's all false. I kind of feel like he probably is just saying that just because, like you said, the team is in a position where he has been banged up for a long part. I mean, there has been stretches that we've had, and you weren't actually scoring touchdowns in the end zone. We was finding other people. So, but I think where teams lose, the insight is, why do you think you were able to find those other people? Because they got 3 people on me. Now, if I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a little different. But they possibly do find those same people open, but when he's not there, but it's just a threat of having a big target and a big name receiver on a 3rd down and 5 as a cornerback on a man coverage. You're terrified guarding Julio Jones. Mm-hmm. There's literally physically nothing you can do with him.
Could be similar to Zach Ertz's situation,
right? So I feel like he is just giving us lip service. He doesn't want to be there, but he's not going to let them know that, so that they trade him somewhere that he does not want to be. Because they can trade
him to the Jets right now.
Right, they can trade him to the Jets right now.
I'll be happy
that whether he got 5 people on him, Sam Darnold is going to throw him the ball.
That's somewhere he doesn't want to be.
We are quite aware.
That's the equivalence of being traded to the Knicks.
Man, I've been hearing in the news, they're like, Trevor might play another year just because he don't want to be a Jet.
Matter of fact,
whoever picks number 1 is trash.
Matter of fact, that's not even like the equivalent of being traded to the Knicks. That's esque. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Jets Knicks-esque?
Exactly.
Damn.
Hey, that is bad.
Damn near the same to me.
Front office is bad, right?
Bad.
Horrible.
Make bad moves, right?
Yep. But the Jets owner is a lot better than
the
Dolan.
Jets. We draft people and give them away. The Knicks just
Dolan
don't
is horrible.
never know.
Our owner ain't even here.
Dolan is horrible.
Our owner
isn't
even here.
in the United States.
I wish
He's the ambassador over
Jets
there.
owner?
United States.
Who is the
Woody
Jets owner?
Johnson. Woody
That would be the
Johnson.
best thing ever.
Where's he
he
do?
at?
Why is he not
He
here?
the ambassador. He one of Trump
He's the
boys.
U.S. ambassador somewhere.
Wait, what?
Somewhere in Europe. He the U.S.
He's a
ambassador.
U.S. ambassador
He one of
in Europe
Trump's.
for the
Yeah,
Trump
he was one of the
administration.
first one Trump's put out there. He been out there the whole time Trump been in office.
Oh, y'all fucking. Oh,
That's
y'all
why-
fucking. Oh, y'all fucking. Oh, y'all fucking with a MAGA team?
His brother
Oh
is running
shit.
Oh,
First
Hey,
of all,
brother,
most of
brother.
us fucking with
the
MAGA.
MAGA team, right?
Yeah, you're right.
The MAGA Jets.
Yo, man, that's a tough scenario right there, man. But I think it's general consensus that yeah, we all know this nigga lying. This nigga Julio lying. He like matter of fact, like we know this nigga lying so much, bro.
I mean, we know he lying so much. Like, where
Yo,
wouldn't he want to be
say
besides
that,
the Jets?
Why the fuck you lying?
Why you
always
lying?
lying?
No, I do want to say this though.
Oh,
I
my
want to say
God.
that I think I think Julio's situation is kind of similar to Aaron Rodgers' situation, where that he's been disrespected, them taking advantage or them taking him for granted. You know what I'm saying? So if I was him, I don't know about staying with Atlanta. I would want to trade, honestly.
Yeah,
I would
but you
ask for a
can't.
trade.
If
But
you
would
don't
you
got
wanna go
that
to the
clause
Jets?
where you
What do you mean? Why you gotta go?
Because they're gonna send you somewhere where you can't be successful. If you don't want to be successful.
A lot of teams that have been trading players haven't been sending them places that you know that they won't be successful.
I think you'll be successful.
That's why.
Peach, get your AirPods right. I'm gonna mute you while you get the AirPods right. But general consensus though is
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
oh my God, Julio, stop fucking lying, head ass boy. You good, Peach? Nope. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and move along here, because
What's up with these boys, man?
I'm gonna let you take this one, Shades, because I don't even feel like saying this man's first name or last name, I should say.
Bro, we got the Cowboys. Andy Dalton is out, and they have Ben DiNucci as their starting quarterback. And you got Carson Wentz with the Eagles. So basically what I want to ask you guys, who do you think is under more pressure? I saw this on ESPN. I kind of want to see, I thought it was a good topic. I want to see what y'all think about it. Who's under more pressure, Carson Wentz or Mike McCarthy?
What you got, Peach?
In my opinion, I think Carson Wentz under more pressure. First of all, Carson Wentz gets credit for shit that he didn't get. Like, he kind of gets credit that he like has a Super Bowl caliber team when he didn't win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So at the same time, he's played good, but we've also seen other young quarterbacks play good and not get back to that. And I think he might be one of those guys that he was the prototype size. You know what I'm saying? They wanted him. He looked like that. And he came out playing good, but if he don't change real quick, I think he gonna be like one of those guys that end up, floating around teams hoping that he get his spark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's on Carson Wentz. It can't be on McCarthy. McCarthy is rolling out Ben DiNucci at fucking quarterback. There's no pressure on McCarthy at this point. If he was still rolling out Dalton, he may have a little bit of pressure on him. But since he's rolling out Ben fucking DiNucci, I don't. Is Carson Wentz and this Carson Wentz
embarrassment for Carson Wentz if he lose.
Like is exactly
what's the name of the quarterback they're rolling out again?
Ben motherfucking DiNucci.
DiNucci, I'm playing him this week. DiNucci, player of the week.
DiNucci.
That's how trash Philly is.
But no, it's obvious, man. Carson Wentz, you can't come out here and lose this game to this Dallas team, no matter what your targets look like. No matter what the scenario is, this Dallas team is a clusterfuck. That's all it is. It's a clusterfuck. They don't have shit for quarterback. So you can't trust it to get to the damn to the outside guys. Zeke out here fumbling his ass off, and the defense is soft as cottontail. Like I don't know what else you can do to set up an easy dub for you, Carson Wentz. And if you can't get this done, it's not going to be a good look for the boy. That's all I'm going to say.
Bro, I actually think there's more pressure on McCarthy.
Why, sir?
Well, not necessarily to win the game, but you need to show that you still got the locker room. You know what I'm saying? It looks like the players has quit on you. So you need to, even though you got Ben DiNucci, you need to pull something out of your hat. Just because you got Ben DiNucci, you need to get Zeke to hold on to the football. You need to find a way to get it to your people quickly. And, do what you got to do. But
I disagree, brother. So, I don't think it looked like he lost the locker room. I think it looked like the team lost their heart because Dak was every part of their beating heart and every artery of it.
No, I feel you, but a player has come out and said the coaches aren't good at their job. Like
neither are the players, by the way. Can we keep that 1,000 too?
I mean, every team that's losing get that.
Hey, I'm sorry. Sorry,
not every
DBs
team that loses have done that, bro.
I'm sorry, DBs that's getting burnt.
I've never heard.
Guess who wasn't out there trying to lock down the corner? It wasn't the coach. It was your sorry ass. So hey, it's a whole lot of blame to go around, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think there's more. I think there's more. So I agree with y'all that there's more pressure on Carson Wentz to win the game, but I think there's more pressure for Mike McCarthy to show that he can coach a football team. Like they're like dead last in almost every statistical category on defense.
What's up, Ryan?
I'm just saying, well, they wasn't dead last, but
I said they're just about.
We know, huh?
I definitely know. I definitely think it's more pressure on Carson Wentz. I can't say it's pressure on Mike McCarthy just simply because, I mean, it's even if he does the things that Jeremy says, make sure that Zeke holds on to the ball and, get quick throws for Ben DiNucci so he can get, play action. After about the first half, and they go in the locker room and be like, y'all, they haven't thrown the ball more than 5 yards downfield. Oh, all right, adjustments. It's over with. I don't think you can really expect much from Mike McCarthy in this situation just simply because his quarterback doesn't have the capability to actually do. He can probably hold off for maybe a half. I don't know the kid. Maybe he actually is good. Maybe they have a Chris Mullen situation like they got down in San Fran. I don't know what they got. So Ben DiNucci might be they Minshew. I don't know. So if maybe this kid can do something, then you definitely have to put more pressure on Carson Wentz because at the end of the day, Carson, you the big money man. They done paid you your ducats already.
Mm-hmm.
They paid you enough to a point where it shouldn't matter what your targets are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So for a person that had no intentions on even being in the game when the season started to go out here and outperform you, it's definitely more pressure on Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I think his chance to be off the unknown. Ain't nothing to game plan on. We don't have no idea. Right. So I feel like early that catch you off guard, but if it ain't good enough, that like you said, them adjustments.
What you got, Rod?
Winner Ryan. exactly what I was thinking. It like I feel like the like Wentz has been here before, and like the situation is already on Wentz. McCarthy has millions of excuses to fall on at this point to even secure what he got going on. So at the end of the day, bro, I mean, I think it's about a quarterback that makes the most money that hasn't done anything. And I'm not saying that like Christianity is like a big thing, but he's like the biggest. He's the temptation fighter of the NFL. Nobody can say anything bad about him because of his faith, and I think that that's the truth about him as well. Let's just keep it a buck.
And I'm just gonna say this. Hey, I don't think McCarthy can do anything to keep the ball in Zeke's hands. There's not a single thing. There's not a single thing he can do to keep the ball in Zeke's hands. Hey Zeke, I understand. Didn't Zeke have COVID?
Stop fumbling the ball.
Didn't Zeke have COVID?
Yeah, I think so.
COVID is a better excuse.
Honestly, like we were talking about this before the show, before we got started here. When you look at these players, like this is what we need to monitor throughout the rest of the year. When these players come back after testing positive, look at their performance. I want you to look at that, because we take this shit so many, like in sports they take that shit so lightly, but yet in real world we know what happens when people get COVID. They get COVID, they go through their little 14 days, they clear COVID, but then there's all these lingering effects, and what these teams are not doing is taking into account these lingering effects. They say, oh, you're clear of COVID, okay, back on the field you go, and that's not how this shit should be going. That's not how any of this shit should be going. Like, so when I see Zeke out here fumbling 5 times already this season, when he's only averaged 3 at most for a season, what is that? You got to start. So let's do this, homies listening in, homies watching on YouTube, homies watching on YouTube. When you hear of a positive result, and then that player gets back on the field, I want y'all to keep a good eye on these players that are coming back from these positive COVID tests, because I think that is messing with their game.
Cam supports your theory too.
Cam was having a pretty decent season prior to getting COVID, not an MVP or nothing like that, but he was having a pretty decent season prior to COVID. And then what happens? Gets COVID, and then all of a sudden, my man can't play worth a fuck. And I'm not saying this because of this. I'm just saying this is something that we need to monitor. Is these players that are going to be coming back from COVID, you have to monitor their play pre and post COVID to see if there is any kind of considerable drop off. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
I like that take.
You know what I mean? But hey, Shades, what week is it, brother?
Week of rivals.
Yes, the week of the rivals.
Rivalry week.
Thanks, Peach, because we would have struggled our ass off on that shit, boy. What you
I would have slandered that name.
So we got several games, several rivalry games coming up this week. Shades, what's the slate looking like this week, brother?
All right, man. We got like Ravens versus Steelers, 49ers versus Seahawks, Vikings versus Packers, Patriots versus Bills, Eagles versus Cowboys, and the Chargers versus the Broncos.
Hey,
what's up, little man?
Little man.
Oh, my boy Jackson.
My man was like, I'm gonna get some fame time.
Hey,
too.
let me get some fame.
You're gonna be on YouTube, boy. What you mean, huh?
ST. So let me know what you got. Ravens versus Steelers. Who you got?
Oh, I got the Ravens here.
All right. 49ers versus Seahawks. Who you got?
Seahawks.
Vikings versus Packers. Who you got?
Pack.
Patriots versus Bills. Who you got?
Bills.
Eagles versus Cowboys. Who you got?
Eagles.
Chargers versus Broncos. Who you got?
Chargers. And there's a reason for that.
All right.
That's the reason, brother.
Oh no, we're gonna get to the reason. We're gonna get to the reason a little bit later, but
right.
There's a reason for that.
Yes, sir.
So we got rivalry week. week.
Gotcha.
Rivalry week. I
Mhm.
can't say it.
Mhm.
All right. First game we got Ravens versus Steelers. Who you got?
Steelers.
49ers versus Seahawks. Who you got?
Seahawks.
Vikings versus Packers. Who you got?
Packers.
Patriots versus Bills. Who you got?
Bills.
Eagles versus Cowboys. Who you got?
One more time.
Eagles versus Cowboys.
Eagles.
Chargers versus Broncos. Who you got?
Chargers.
Mhm. So we on the same page,
Yeah.
Rod. You know the good.
Yeah.
I think y'all
Yeah.
just disagreed on the Ravens Steelers.
Yep.
So you going with the Ravens?
I'm going with Steelers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, P-Dot, you going with the Ravens?
No, I didn't make my picks yet. You ready for me?
Who are your picks?
Yeah, Ravens versus Steelers. Who you got?
Steelers,
49ers versus Seahawks.
Seahawks,
Vikings versus Packers.
Vikings,
Vikings.
Vikings,
Patriots versus Bills.
Patriots,
Eagles versus Cowboys.
Eagles,
Chargers versus Broncos.
Chargers.
Really, nigga?
Hold up. Hold up.
First off,
Smoke weed every day.
Need some explanations on something.
what you need, brother?
Vikings over Packers?
All right, y'all want to hear my explanation on that?
Okay. Ryan, real quick.
Oh yeah,
Ravens
we
versus Steelers.
gonna get to that. Yeah.
Steelers.
49ers versus Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Vikings versus Packers.
Pack.
Patriots versus Bills.
Patriots.
Eagles versus Cowboys.
Eagles.
Chargers versus Broncos.
Chargers.
All right, I'll give y'all mine real quick too. I got Steelers. I'm gonna go 49ers. I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Bills. I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm gonna go Chargers.
Okay.
So the only difference we really got in there is I'm going with 49ers. I think they can beat the Seahawks.
I agree.
All I know is that that boy Peach hit me with the
Surprise, motherfucker.
all I want to know is what are you doing with this Vikings Packers game, brother?
All right, this is Peach's upset of the week. You bet it, you lose it. The Packers going down. Why? Because Justin Jackson's going to have a week. Why? Because Devontae Adams already had his week last week, and he's not going to have 2 weeks. Why? Because I heard Discount Double Check talking shit. When he talks shit, he wait 2 weeks to back it up. All I'm saying is this the upset of the week. Rock with your boy. So on Tuesday, I could tell y'all, I saw the Vikings winning this.
Nope.
All right, so speaking of, so I was telling y'all like why I have the Chargers winning, which we all practically do. It's time for the DraftKings pick of the week for week 8, and as you see, I have my handy dandy notepad here, so I'm going to go ahead and read off mine. If you guys want to make a little bit of ducats, probably fade what I'm telling you, but listen to me anyway. You know what I'm saying? All right, for quarterback, I got Justin Herbert. For receiver, I'm pairing Keenan Allen, who no matter who the quarterback is, they throwing it to him 13 times a game. Like it doesn't matter who the fuck the quarterback is. That man know how to get open. That's all that matters. For tight end of the week. So, as we've discussed last podcast, Tua Tagovailoa is going to be the new starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. And what is a rookie's best friend? The tight end. We're going with Mike Gesicki. Defense is Bills versus Patriots, especially if Cam come out here playing like he did last week. And then running back, since Aaron Jones has missed yet another practice, as he did not practice today, he has not practiced all week. He was not even at practice today. We're going to go with running back Jamal Williams because he knows how to catch out of that backfield. That's PPR. Y'all know the deal with PPR. And also he going to probably score at least one touchdown this week. Holla at your boy. You dig? And if you follow your boy, just know you in the money, baby.
Baby.
All right, who up next? Who?
I got Jimmy G.
Okay.
He's like 5,400.
My man did research.
Seahawks pass defense is not very good.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give y'all two running backs. I like the Clyde Edwards-Helaire and the Kareem Hunt. So be on the lookout for one or two of them. At receiver, I would say go with Kenny Golladay versus Indianapolis this week. It's gonna be a shootout. Kenny Galladay's been every week. Every week, this dude's been putting somebody on a poster board. So I expect for him to, do that this week. Indy doesn't have any cornerbacks that scare me.
With his Lions hat on.
Yiddy. For defense, I'm going with Titans versus Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals has been battling tough this whole year, you know what I mean? But, the Titans, I think their defense can kind of stop Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's been kind of throwing the ball a little bit, you know what I mean? But they need a more complete team. They traded Carlos Dunlap to the Seahawks, so their defense is not as strong as it could be. So,
shout out employee 96. He's finally getting taken care of the way that he should be. I'm sorry.
Yiddy. And then at tight end, I got Jonnu. I got Jonnu Smith for Titans versus Cleveland.
I like. So for me, y'all know who played the Jets this week.
Oh, Jonnu?
No.
So
no. Kansas City plays the Jets this week. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
So Mahomes is a damn near guarantee to be worth all his damn value by the first half. So, with that being said, you save money by not playing Tyreek Hill. We're going to quadruple team him if we can. You play McCole Hardman for 4,700. He's going to get a tutty at least in there. At running back today, I'm liking Josh Jacobs because I think Las Vegas is going to beat up on Cleveland. At tight end, I can't lie. I like ST's tight end pick, but I'm going to go with Cook because I think he's been given good value and he's starting to catch back his stride going against Chicago this week. For my defense this week, I am going to let you guys know that when it comes to who's going to score this week, it's going to be the Tennessee Titans. They're playing Cincinnati, and this is going to be the game that Joe Burrow actually has some rookie-esque look. Okay. And for another wide receiver that I had to throw in there, and this supports, my upset of the week, you got to put your boy Justin Jefferson in your lineup.
Okay. I'm going to give y'all the sleeper pick of the week.
Who that?
So the Seattle Seahawks are currently down several running backs, which means they have one active running back on the roster. It is the rookie from the University of Miami, DJ Dallas, will be the only starting running back available on Sunday.
Wow.
And if you've never seen DJ, I fully anticipate a guy who was a high school quarterback who transitioned to running back in really halfway through his first year of college, who did nothing but take opportunity and run with it. I feel like DJ Dallas about to have a balling ass game this week, and he's only $4,000. If you are looking for the super sleeper of the week, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
Your boy got your boy got it. You know what I'm saying? Your boy got the ins and outs in this thing. But it's time to
The ebbs and flows.
the ebbs and flows. But now it's time to move to the NBA and Rod, kick us off with the top story for the NBA, my brother.
All right, so the top story for the NBA is that we have the NBA coming back on December 22nd, fellas. What do you guys think about that? We kind of haven't really touched on it, but it's been a topic for a couple of days now. What you guys think? December 22nd, y'all ready for basketball?
Okay, so am I ready for basketball? Yeah. Should they be coming back on fucking December 22nd? Hell no. Then they just finished damn season early this month. So yeah, sure. You're the teams that play in the finals, they are the people that have the shortest break. That always happens. That's always the case.
Let me ask you a question. So teams affected by that short turnaround.
Yeah, but there's also teams that didn't play. So you kind of gotta. There's teams that also that haven't played too. So I think it is a little bit. I agree with you, SC. It's a little bit too early. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got the Olympics coming up. You got the Super Bowl. You got college football. So I mean, I don't know when. You know, they said they're going to turn it into a 72-game season instead of 82 games. You know what I mean? So that's a bonus. I do feel bad for players like LeBron and the other people, but I mean, sometimes that's the sacrifice you have to play for greatness. Because I don't think it's also not fair on the other side for the teams that weren't able to play, like the Wizards that got John Wall coming back, and they want to see how that's going to play out. So I can see both sides.
What you got, Peach?
I think it's way too soon. I think, yes, teams that had the long layoff that didn't make it to the bubble and stuff are most affected. But I also think that COVID is the fault of that, not anything else. You know what I'm saying? And for one, COVID isn't over. And for two, like, how can we take like a 6-month hiatus and then come back after like 2 months? That's crazy.
With number surging.
Right.
That means what they're saying, they're going to have to do another bubble?
No, because they're saying that they can't have all the teams in the bubble.
No, there's no bubble situation. They're literally going back to stadiums and letting whatever cities. You know what I'm saying? None of it makes sense. Ryan, what you got, brother?
Yeah, like once you break it down like that, I mean, if there was a situation where it was like a larger bubble where all the teams could be in there, then yeah. Because I mean, I would think that I would see LeBron's stand on not actually showing up, but I think that he would know that the Lakers would still be competitive without him being there at that point. So even when he did show up, it would, in my honest opinion, if they would actually do it that way, it would possibly give him a better chance at securing another ring, and getting a 5th ring and being able to sit on there after he gets the 5th one and think, do I chase this 6th one? You know what I'm saying? And it would actually speed along that process if you had a shorter break. But I mean, if you're talking about them going back to regular stadiums, that the revenue, it just really depends, because everyone isn't as conscious about this as, I mean, the homies are. They may, I mean, yeah, I know it's COVID out there, but I ain't been to a basketball game in a whole year. I'm going to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that really think like that. Like, they're not going to think, okay, it's going to be other people here. They're not going to think anything about that. Like, I'm just going to see the game. You know what I'm saying? And that can be dangerous.
I don't even think you got to look that far. That's the fans. I'm thinking about just the players. Yeah, the bubble helped. You know what I'm saying? But even in the
Right,
bubble, we had House get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? We
right.
had people have family stuff. If it was no bubble and all these people are free to do whatever, the COVID
Right.
in the NBA alone, without including fans and stuff, would have been up.
Because I think there was a similar story, even though there was a player, I think they said, with the Dodgers that tested positive.
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit,
He
boy.
had played the
Ooh.
whole game positive, but they called him and talking about, oh, in the 8th inning after they already up, oh, y'all got to pull him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but they said the test before that was even positive. I'm like, so wait,
How y'all ain't know?
how did y'all even let him hit as
You know
far
what
as
else is actually the fucked up part about that shit though is that regardless of what you want to actually say, they knew about that shit before the fucking game started. Imagine how many other games that happened in that you see fucking and this is not true. I'm just saying this is a joke. LeBron James has tested positive. You finna tell him that? No. Like no, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then he actually came back out and then he fucking celebrated. That whole team has got COVID. Like
Yeah, man. If they're not sports does not take COVID seriously
at all,
period.
bro.
Like as if they did. Well, first of all, if sports took it seriously, we wouldn't have sports. That's one. But then two, when they did take it seriously, they put these players in a fucking bubble, and guess what happened throughout that whole bubble? 0 positive tests, right? 0 positive tests. How you then say 2 months later, we're gonna go back and run it into the stadiums? What? Like that don't make no fucking sense. You matter of fact, you out of your fucking minds right now. Are you kidding me? Huh? Are you fucking joking me right now? Because it makes it doesn't make a lick of fucking sense that you could 2 months later, no vaccine, nothing that's preventative, and you think it's okay to then say, you know, we just gonna roll all these teams out there and just gonna see what's going on. No, man, that's stupid. That's not logical, and that's putting your players in positions to be, exposed to this damn virus, disease, whatever the fuck you want to call this shit. That is going on, that is causing this damn worldwide pandemic. Why, I keep seeing this on Twitter. I see this on Twitter a lot. I see on Twitter where it's too much people thinking that this is still a United States only thing, and I'm like, how do you think that when it's clearly a global pandemic? We've been saying that for fucking since March.
Other countries are going into full lockdown again.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
They have
Like
40,000 cases in one day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else is crazy is that, can I play devil's advocate on this though? It is that ST, exactly to what you said. Just a week ago, we were praising David Stern and the NBA of no positives, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have to think that they just can't come outright and just cancel it. I think that they have, because I think that the biggest deal is the Christmas game slate. You cannot miss that money. And it looks like that maybe that the closer that they actually get to it, then maybe they can push it. They can push it back. So it's understandable. Instead of coming out and saying outright the party's over. What?
Let's see
They'll
this
be missing out on 600 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
600,
I mean,
yeah, but then that still goes back to the problem, man. Like, y'all are valuing money so much more than you're valuing human lives.
Yeah,
and that's so fucking sick. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, yes, $600 million, a lot of fucking money, a lot. Like I'm not sitting here saying, I'm not sitting here saying like, hey, businessmen and people who make these decisions, this is gonna be an easy decision for you to make. No, I'm not saying that.
After you've already lost millions.
Like, yes, it's obviously not an easy decision to make, but y'all did the right thing last time. Y'all did the right thing as much as the right thing that y'all could possibly do. Y'all did the right thing last time when y'all put these players in a bubble. We've heard talks of like 2 bubbles, like 2 separate bubbles. Why are we not exploring those options? That's gotta be like, okay.
You
so
should definitely do that. 2 or 3 separate bubbles.
But see, But even before the players went into the bubble right up the street from me, that shit was announced when? Like a month and a half, almost 2 months before they even started. They did a tip off because you had to give players some time to get conditioned, all that good stuff. Y'all need to be putting like within the next 3 weeks. I need to hear some kind of plan of a bubble, or y'all are just some very irresponsible and insensitive motherfuckers that are rooted in greed. And that
how many
that
hotels
can't
did
be
that
it.
really occupy? SC.
Honestly, I don't know because
It was a couple though.
No, it was several, but I couldn't tell you because it wasn't like you can just pull up.
Okay, so off top of here, would you say 5? I mean, I know that you don't know, but you say like at least 5, right? At least 5 luxury hotels.
I'll say more than 5.
Yeah, okay, you got to think about the beginning of it. Like
right.
I'd bet the over, and then when you look at coaches and you know what I'm saying, staffs, they was out there too. You know what I'm
LeBron's the
saying?
only player with a presidential suite.
Chill, bro. He the only presidential player.
Hey, listen though, could you just like imagine? Because like I've been listening to like podcasts lately, and like basketball players are now coming out there saying like how hard the bubble was being away from your actual family. Imagine telling them that we know that y'all that the season you're going back. No, dog.
For 72 games. That's way more.
And the playoffs. Just 72 games.
Swinging on these. But that's one of the reasons why they probably want to go back to this, because there's no way you can subject these players to doing that shit again. Like no chance in hell you're gonna do that to these, because these players ain't gonna sign up for that shit.
I feel like if they start back in December, they're gonna end up taking a break, like a mid-season break or something.
And it also too, like, it doesn't help them because every single every single season that the league is losing money, the salary cap is going down. So it's it's either the fact of we're playing in a situation that we don't want to be in, and we're losing money for years to fucking come. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't really know the answer, bro.
Yeah, they have met the rest of the real world, where some people are gonna be losing money for the next years to come. It is what it is. Guess what?
ST said it best. ST said it best, because niggas on our level, we losing money, and it's not even getting cared about as much as that. Problem with the country.
Yep.
Fact.
But yeah, next topic we got here in the NBA, man. Mike D'Antoni is now an assistant head coach for the Nets. He's going to
say assistant.
He's going to be joining Steve Nash as an assistant. This is called a power move. But how big of an impact do you guys think this will have for the upcoming season?
I don't think it put things in checkmate, but they just put the league in check. So it makes perfect sense. Steve Nash played for Dan and Tony before, and now you have an offensive guru that that will be able to get the most out of Kyrie and KD, and then also you got Karis LeVert. So
Dinwiddie.
I think they're going to trade Dinwiddie. I don't think Dinwiddie comes back, but if Dinwiddie
yes, he will be traded. And he will go to the team exactly where I told y'all Dinwiddie would go.
You think he's going to the Lakers?
Trust and believe.
But no matter what, I think Dan and Tony working with Steve Nash, they're going to get the most out of them. They're going to have a great offense. Now they just need to focus on their defense. If they can have a great defensive system to combine with the offensive firepower and brain and IQ that they're going to have on the floor, like they're my pick to go to the Eastern they're my pick for the East next year. So
they was your pick for the East next year last year. I'm just saying.
When I found out KD and Kyrie went to the Nets, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So you didn't need nothing else.
So Peach,
it's like solidified. It's like
you was solidified. We had enough solid arguments about it.
It just further adds concrete onto what was already established.
Boy, your pavement smooth.
I just added bricks.
That man don't got concrete. He got the whole truck with the spinning thing, just dropping it all on the whole block.
Oh,
We
y'all
are
ain't know? Oh, let
solid
me add.
now.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure.
Did I miss a spot looking at? It's like, nah, for me, I do think I agree with ST's take. That's a power move. I think it's a power move for D'Antoni to kind of pick his job. And I think it's a power move for him to help his boy Nash get a job too.
Mm-hmm. See,
and I do think it'll be the best guard we ever seen in a D'Antoni, anything with D'Antoni's fingerprint on their offense. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, see, me and Shadez, we talked about. Actually, me and Shadez was on the phone talking about something completely different when this news dropped, and it's a huge move. Is you have gotten a potential because we got to keep it a beam. Not every Hall of Fame head coach has won a championship, right? You've gotten a potential Hall of Fame coach to join you as an assistant. Fresh off of coaching not too long ago. Like literally you put that right into your man, come on, man. Like it's a power move. What they did to the league is they hit the league with a
Okay, I know you're probably sick of me talking.
Oh shit, that shit kept going. But they hit their ass with a motherfucking combo breaker, bro. A combo
breaker.
Matter of fact, just so I can make sure that shit go through, so we don't get no fucking ads on a damn soundboard app.
Combo breaker.
Shit, man. You know what I mean? They hit their ass with that combo breaker, though, man. That's a power moving. That's a power move of the highest power to me.
Yeah,
the best coaching move of the league so far.
I mean, I think that that was a good move. I don't think they did anything wrong. I think, like y'all said, it does make sense for D'Antoni to actually, he mentored him pretty much for a while. So to get him and be up under him, it's gonna benefit him. He's gonna get to see a different side of D'Antoni that he might not have been able to see as a player, and to get some of that knowledge. I think, to be completely honest, a lot of the actual offense is going to be run by D'Antoni. I think the first couple of years is just going to be Steve Nash learning himself how to do what D'Antoni is doing, because Steve Nash got this job off the street. He hasn't coached anywhere. So he has to get that from somebody who's been in the grind and doing what they had to do as recently as last year. So I think that's a power move, but as far as them, I do see them going to the East, but I just don't know. As long as the Godfather runs South Beach, I really don't know I don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, you got to understand, it's only one person that got more championships than Pat Riley. As far as that coaching, and we know who that is, so you got to respect the Godfather. He'll make a move mid-season and have them boys looking like they're ready to compete.
Only thing that can happen is if you get Embiid or Giannis. So if it ain't that, I don't want it.
Here you go with your shit. That ain't the only thing that can happen.
I feel like that.
What else
I feel like
can happen?
that not enough people are giving actually fact to like the best scorer in the NBA.
A lot could happen. Like your injury-prone player you're believing in, Kyrie, could just do his normal shit and be injured.
Or KD can score like he's always been. Or KD can score like he's always been scoring. I mean, we forget about the fact of the greatest scorer in the NBA is playing basketball on the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay, but he scored and lost. Carmelo was the greatest scorer in the league for like 3 years straight at one time. And you know what he did?
In the East is different, though.
Win.
In the East is different, though. Scoring
the East is getting stronger.
With who? Who do you think is better than? Huh?
The East is different for one reason.
Not as weak as it was when LeBron was in it.
No, No, this is what's happening. This is what's happening in the East.
Everybody like, oh, LeBron in the West. Let's go to the East.
No, this is what's happening with the East. The East is now getting a chance to fucking play. The East is now getting a chance to get to an Eastern Conference final and or make it to the finals. Because what was happening before then? LeBron had it on lock
for almost a decade. You know,
he had it
just
on lock.
almost a decade.
He had it on lock. So it's not even like, okay, so the teams that were considered so weak in the East prior to, some of those are still weak. Those teams that couldn't, quote unquote, get over the hump in the East. You're going to have teams like Boston that's going to get over the hump. You're going to have, obviously, the Raptors, they know what they're doing, except for Kawhi, they ain't have no control over that. You know that the 76ers are coming.
The Bucks
are there. The Heat are there.
Y'all just mentioned John Wall earlier. I know he trying to come back.
And the Wizards are there.
The East is not like, we just know who it's going to be, in my opinion. I know who we think it's going to be. We think it's going to be like a handful of teams like, Nets, Celtics, Raptors-ish.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you my 8 teams making it out of the East.
Oh, let me hear the 8, ST.
And I got it in order this time.
Oh, you got order.
Yes.
You picking up Shades tactics, coming prepared and shit.
That's what learning from my mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
We an unprepared ass podcast. What you mean?
Super freestyle head.
I'm gonna say you now. For the number 18 going into the play, these are the teams going into the playoffs. Number 18 is the Pacers. 7 seed is the Wizards. 6 seed is the 76ers. 5th seed again for the second consecutive year is the Heat. I got the Nets in the 4th seed. Raptors in the 3rd seed. Bucks in the 2nd seed. And Celtics are going to get that number 1 seed this year. Trust and believe. That's my top. That's my 8 teams that's gonna be making it into the playoffs from the East. Anybody else got the 8?
I like that.
Nets.
this See what I'm talking about? That's all he got. That's all he cares about.
Dylon.
Right.
Nets,
he didn't even look at the other teams in the East. He don't even know who they are.
All East.
There's other teams, he said? Oh, I thought it was the East.
My man said
he literally thinks that he goes maximum that this is a 2-team race. It's either the Bucks or the Nets. That's it.
My man said Nets.
So we're gonna go Nets number 1, Heat number 2, Celtics number 3, Bucks number 4, Raptors number 5, 76ers number 6, Wizards number 7, Magic number 8. Pacers ain't gonna make it.
Damn, nobody asked you to throw that in. That was disrespectful.
Disrespectful is shit.
You seen his face? You seen his face though? Any Pacers fans out there that thought y'all had a chance?
You gonna do this to my boy Victor Oladipo like that? You gonna do my boy Victor Oladipo?
No love over here. No love, kid. None. Out of here.
TJ Warren just cried. Like that shit was harsh.
Hey, P, you saw how I was on the wrong side of the camera? I was over here.
I know. You felt like me, right?
Yo. So we do got the Clippers and the 76ers looking at Rajon Rondo. And I guess like the true question in this case, if you was Rondo, which team would you be leaning towards?
The Lakers. Oh,
right.
That's not a choice, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, I just want to ring with these guys, and I didn't do much.
I mean, dog. I mean, give me the Clippers. Give me the Clippers. I guess. I mean, at least you're going with better players. You're going with better.
You can
Kawhi.
stay
I
put
think
too,
that
Rod. You don't have to leave. You can stay put.
But those weren't the options.
No, the
Yeah, I
option
mean-
is to leave. And to
No, but
leave,
yeah, you can still stay
I
put.
think-
Though. He can sign his player option.
But those weren't the options, brother.
yeah, but I think
Follow
that
the rules.
I think that Rod got this one right to me, because I think you go where Rondo knows he plays good with better talent, where they need him more. You know, they still want in Philly, they still want Simmons to play that. You know, they still want him to play guard. So how does that affect Rondo? You know, he gets more opportunity, more time to shine, more time to boost his Hall of Fame-esque career.
Ain't no risk.
And you're working
no
with some
S.
very, very young and kind of like immature players.
Ain't no S,
Embiid is an
but
immature
I seen
dude.
players like Rondo get disrespected for a minute. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Immaturity to me, I think it's huge. And I think that Ben Simmons, like, I will stand on this hill forever. Ben Simmons is overrated. And Joel Embiid
First
as a
of
big
all,
man is...
We all
I can't deal
know
with that drama.
if it's Rondo versus Embiid in a fight, I got Rondo.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rondo gonna beat that ass.
And what that say about you at center, brother?
Hey, bet that up.
Oh, 7 foot ass getting knocked the fuck out.
Rondo got long reach, though. That's going to be the excuse.
yo, Embiid to be over there just like
arms having ass.
Embiid to be over there like Tebow coming.
My grandma gave me that chain.
I'm gonna just tuck mine in.
Oh God. So I think it's I think it's time we get to this fucking topic on episode 15.
1-5.
I'm gonna go ahead and let Shadez get off this soliloquy he's about to go on. So go ahead, brother.
I thank y'all so much for joining us on Homie Studios, and I definitely need to bring this in front of the court. You know, not only to my homies that are here on the screen with me, and I thank y'all, but all the homies across the nation. I'm basically going to present to y'all why I think Tim Tebow deserves a little bit more respect on his name with dealing in the NFL. Now, I'm not saying that Tim Tebow is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Nope, that's not what I'm saying here. What I am saying, though, is that more respect need to be put on his name. So I'm going to keep it simple. I do have like 5 or 6 reasons, but I narrowed it down to 3 top reasons. So we're going to go with number 1. The current quarterback read system that we currently see in the league being used right now was basically initiated by Tim Tebow. At the time, they were saying that this was a horrible strategy. This is not going to work. This is not going to work in the NFL. You can't do this college stuff in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. But as we see over time, it is very, very useful in the NFL, and multiple teams are using this quarterback system. So how prevalent is this system? Okay, here are some of the quarterbacks that are currently using the system. Kyler Murray, Carson Wentz, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. So even though Tim Tebow's arm is not on the caliber of these quarterbacks, what I am saying is he's one of the main ones that instituted using the read option, and it's very heavy in offensive playbooks today. So if you have a mobile quarterback, more than likely, now you're going to have a read option playbook that was grandfathered in by your boy Tim Tebow. All right. Number 2, Tim Tebow has proven over time that he can develop and get better over time, basically. Whatever he puts his mind to, he's going to get better. And if he starts at one point, over time, he's going to get better. So basically what I'm saying here is if given the certain chances that other quarterbacks were given, Tim Tebow over time, that he would have proven that he would have been a better quarterback. So why would I say that? I'm not going to focus on Tim Tebow's accomplishments and focusing on, hey, this is how you can see Tim Tebow do it better. What I am going to focus on is here are some of the quarterbacks that have had multiple years, not just 1 year or not even a full year. He didn't even have a full year as starting quarterback. Here are quarterbacks that have had multiple years and they had less of a resume than Tim Tebow. Mitch Trubisky, or similar. RG3, Baker Mayfield, Sam Bradford, Sam Darnold, Marcus Mariota, Mark Sanchez, Blake Bortles. A lot of these quarterbacks have had more time to sit there and develop, and Tim Tebow was not given that opportunity. My last point, Tim Tebow's leadership. Tim Tebow would be for a team like what Dak Prescott is for the Cowboys. He would be the glue to keep the team together, and his leadership would make up for a lot of faults. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say in the first 3 quarters, Tim Tebow was trash. That's very true. But just look at what happened when Tim Tebow took over the team. The team was 1-4, and then when Tim Tebow took over the team, they won 8-5. They even they won games. They won the playoff game against the Steelers in the overtime, and that was the Palomalu Steelers. That wasn't a regular Steelers. That wasn't a regular defense. That was against the Palomalu Steelers. Okay. His QBR and quarterback percentage, if you look at it overall, is horrible. But in the fourth quarter, Tim Tebow was a different team or a different player. So basically what I'm saying is over time, you can clearly see just in the stats alone that Tim Tebow was a totally different player over time. So what I'm saying is Tim Tebow was not going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if given the opportunity over time, Tim Tebow would have been at least above average NFL quarterback, at least top 20, top 15. That's what I'm saying.
I just want I want all of the Homie Studios subscribers to please just go and watch the YouTube edition of this video. Please, dear God, go ahead, ST. He is about to slay all of this. Go ahead.
Okay. First, I'm just gonna hit the topics that you presented, right, Shades? So
right.
Your first topic was that he was like the innovator of the read option, right?
Right.
You said the second thing was he needed more time to develop, right? And then the third thing you brought up leadership, right?
Correct.
Okay. So for the read option, first of all, that is absolutely fucking blasphemous that he's the damn godfather of read option. Like first, let's start number one. Let's start number one. Like there is a whole different school in the state of Florida that had a quarterback that did that. And that was, unfortunately, I have to bring their name up, Florida State. There was a man by the name of Charlie Ward who ate off of that shit. And to say that Tebow was the godfather of that, I mean, Urban Meyer was the godfather of that because he also ran similar exact playbook with Alex Smith at Utah. So let's not pretend here that Tebow was the innovator of this. And also, let's not pretend like the league didn't already have an established sort of kind of like playbook like that already when you had a player like Alex Smith who could also did a little bit of read option in the game. More time to develop. Now, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean that by like some of these other quarterbacks that have had the teams gave more time to more opportunity. Mitch Trubisky and Blake Bortles and Blaine Gabbert, and they got time. But there's something that we kept saying about these teams, especially when two of those names came from our squad. Why continue to waste the time on the player if you don't feel they are good enough? Like, it's better to admit that you made a mistake early than it is to do it late. When you say leadership, but then bring up the fact that for the first 3 quarters, these numbers were trash and this, that, and the other. Like, listen to what you're saying and ask yourself, why should that be a starting quarterback? I understand that, when they were 1-4 and then they went 8-5. Once he got in the game, I get that. I wholeheartedly understand that. But why would any team want a quarterback for the first that has shown you for the first 3 quarters he is ass, religiously ass for the first 3 quarters? Why would any team want to continue to move forward with that?
Can I answer that real quick?
Sure.
Okay, it's for the reasons of what I said. Because if Tim Tebow has shown you over time, and even in this play, that he gets better over time, then if you've given Blake Bortles 3 to 4 years to develop, then give Tim Tebow 2 to 3 years as starting quarterback to maybe break that down, and maybe it'll be the first quarter or the first 2 quarters he's not as good.
They didn't give Blake Bortles this time. They didn't give Blake Bortles that time.
But the issue with that, I don't think the issue is that he didn't get the reason why Tebow didn't have that time is because of where Tebow was drafted. You went to a team whose GM is John Elway. So, like, he's not going to give you quarterback play that's paramount to him. Like, he going to know out the gate, okay, let me see you do this. He's going to look mechanic-wise. He's not going to look as far as that. Some of these other teams, like the Jaguars, who don't have, like, the best quarterback in team history is Mark Brunell, a very good quarterback at that. But when you have someone that's pretty much clearly a Hall of Famer in John Elway, he's going to have an eye for the position. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things he's going to look for when he wants to have his offense run. And within those couple of years that he had Tebow, as much as I'm a fan of Tebow and what he did in college, I feel like he should have had more of a chance to actually develop, but it was just the situation that he was drafted into. A lot of these other players like Sam Darnold, we haven't had a quarterback that was worth the damn since Chad Pennington, Mark Sanchez. Those were the last 2 that was worth the damn. So before that, you got to go to Joe Namath. So when you've gone that long without a quarterback or somebody in the position to stabilize your franchise for over a decade, you don't have the luxury of being so patient.
I would feel that if John Elway didn't start Trevor Siemian and have Brock Osweiler.
But look where they ended up after a year or 2.
But I'm just saying, he didn't even get all
right, hold up. Let me get mine. Because first off, I agree with Jeremy's take that Tebow is disrespected in the league. I don't agree with any of Jeremy's reasons, but I also don't agree with any of ST's arguments. I agree a little bit with what Ryan said about the position that Elway has. But my couple things that I'm going to say about Tebow, what affected his career. First off, Peyton Manning. If there wasn't a quarterback available at that time to get that was Peyton Manning, Tebow would have had more time in Denver. Because I've not seen a quarterback win a playoff game, no matter what their stats was, and then not be even thought of as a starter. You know what I mean?
Against a good Steelers defense.
Number 2 is going to be after that. This is where he affected his career after that. He had an option. He didn't have to go to the Jets. He saw Mark Sanchez, bad look, butt fumble shit. He thought he could win the Jets. He has this big ego that we talk about that people try to play down. And he wanted to be, if he could have been good in New York and won that job and been good, his career couldn't have gotten any bigger than that, potentially, But he had a decision to come to the Jaguars then. And he didn't choose the Jaguars. What would have happened then was that's when the Jaguars were in love with him. That's when the Jaguars needed anything. They would have been willing to build around him at that time. Not the next time around when they had an opportunity to get him, but at that time. And then the other thing with Tim Tebow is his attention from his career in college affected him negatively. Not because it was, bad publicity or this or that. He didn't have bad publicity. He had too much attention. So when you're developing, but you got too much attention on you, your clock for developing is way shorter because we're paying too much attention. We don't see some of the trash that these quarterbacks are while they're developing because they're not this popular. They're not in our face this much. Their practice is not coming up on our Bleacher Report. You know what I'm saying? A Tim Tebow practice interception was on my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone. So that is affecting it. You know what I'm saying? So with those things being said, like, I do think he was disrespected because he did win a playoff game. I don't think he went 8-5 that when he took the team over. I think he went 8-7 because I think they made the playoffs at 8-8. But I do think he disrespected, and leadership, I don't want to take for that because when you hear people who play with him, there's mixed reviews on
He was
him
an
as a leader.
absolute fake leader. He was a absolute fake leader, and I know that for a fact. And I truly do know that for a fact. If you even go back and I'll even tell somebody, I will give you guys a little like inside kick on some. I'm so sorry, PJ. I did not mean to cut you off. If you go
right
back
on time, brother.
If you go back and you look at that 2008 halftime speech, right? Louis Murphy was actually the true leader of that football team. And if you look at the video, Louis Murphy was just about to actually speak. And all of a sudden, Tebow, get in here. We have 15 minutes for the rest of our lives. And then that is when that actual speech. Tim Tebow did not speak up only 2 times in that whole entire season. The Ole Miss game in that moment right there. There were 500 other leaders on that football team besides 15. 51, Brandon Spikes held that whole bitch down. Straight up. And I know that.
And
Tim
Aaron
Tebow was not the leader
threatened anybody who had a problem with it.
Chitty bang bang,
Let me
nigga.
stop.
You know what I'm saying? Jokes.
Rest
But seriously though, Tim Tebow and that whole like leader thing is a very, very, the narrative is there. He won the actual championships. It's no slight to him, but as far as him being the leader that he was, that thing ran off in like a folktale and it took itself off and they just ran with it. There were a whole bunch of other leaders on that team besides him.
Agree. I'm gonna take that though. Like if that's my team, my person, take away Tebow being the person, insert John Hancock or whatever the hell. If this is positive publicity, I'm a coach. I'm feeding that. You know, I look at coaches like Rex Ryan and stuff. I seen them make people careers, i.e., my favorite player of all time, possibly Revis. I knew about Revis. You know what I'm saying? But until we got Rex Ryan, the world didn't know about Revis. I was like, oh, this nigga nasty. But that's my favorite position. That's my favorite. You know, I was happy we finally had somebody to, like, be somebody there, you know? And this is when he was still developing. But when Rex Ryan came there and hyped him up, and there's a certain percentage of players that get hyped up off being put on the spot like that. There is also a percentage that don't do well in that situation, you know? But when you have that match of player that does good in this and coach that does good at boosting that, man, that can work. You know what I mean? And I'm going to use that. That's a tool, a coaching tool, a key coaching tool.
Urban Meyer's actual like foundation in any program that he builds, it highlights one person that is always working hard. Ohio State, you have JT Barrett, Cardell Jones. You got who was actually the other one. Urban Meyer builds his programs through. I'm talking about the inside up. Every single team that he has, especially that 2018, it looked like it was a team bonding thing on the field, but them fuckers were wild in fucking Gainesville.
In
talking
real
about
life, yeah. I heard stories.
Real life, you know what I'm saying? I have stories of linemen jumping out and just letting AK-47 ring.
What's
bro.
his name? They covered up the story. It came out a lot later, but they covered up the story about Aaron Hernandez like breaking
shooting that
somebody's
dude.
jaw.
Yeah.
Yo, Gerard, Yo, I want to talk to you about something you said about the leadership and everything. I understand that there probably were multiple players on the team that were leaders and everything like that. But you can say whatever you want about leadership or whatever in the locker room, but there's a difference when you're on the field. And you can clearly see when Tim Tebow was on the field in Florida and when he was on the field in Denver, when certain things happen, that the team rallied behind him. Look at the defense. Tim Tebow just didn't say the defense had to do what the defense had to do in order to keep those games close, in order for them to win.
But I think that he's only a actual spark, though. I don't think that he is a sustained prospect that could do that for a actual long amount of time. I don't think that.
What I'm saying is, if given the opportunity, you don't know that. You can't say that definitively because we haven't seen it develop. That's what I'm saying. You're saying it as if it's a definite fact, and what I'm saying is a definite fact is Tim Tebow has proved, if given the time, he can improve in certain areas.
Right, but what you're treating as a definite fact is that he would develop. That's what you're treating as a definite fact.
It's not a definite fact either way.
Agreed. Not a definite fact that he wouldn't. So that's what I'm saying. You can't say that he's trash or
it's not a definite fact either way, but you can say that he's trash because of his statistics and all of that stuff.
You can say he's trash in the first 3 quarters. You can't say he's trash 100%.
Bro, we don't judge nobody like that.
That's 75% of the game.
We don't judge nobody like that though. We don't be like, oh,
what we can't say.
Okay, so then
3 quarters.
Okay,
this is what we can say. You say that he sparked the defense, so the games could be close, so they can end up winning the game. But the reason they was winning the game is because the defense was keeping them in the game to begin with.
Okay, so would you rather have a Matt Ryan where you blow people up in the first part of the game, and then
I would rather have quarterback who can throw the football. I would take Matt Ryan.
I would rather have Matt. I would rather have Matt Ryan and that defense that Tebow had, because they wouldn't be blowing leads like that. Because Tebow had a defense. That was a defense in Denver that year. They won a damn game when this man went 2 of 8 passing. 2 of 8,
Camp, right?
And he was still. I mean, bro. No matter.
Playing, I think.
And look at it this way, bro. We can actually rob the actual team together only so many times. If you cannot throw the football, then you're never gonna work. Like, and I think that like at that point, Tim Tebow, when you have too many cameras at the backup quarterback's locker room, and it's not because of drama, he ain't even good, then it's not worth it. And I think that Tim Tebow became bigger than football in a sense, and because of the fact
that's what the real problem was. I mean, that's really what the real problem was.
That's what I was saying.
And the worst part, and this is where I feel bad for Tebow. That wasn't his fault.
That's what I was saying.
That part, what like this is where I can take my obvious,
that and the Peyton Manning thing wasn't his fault.
I can take my obvious bias for Tim Tebow and put it over here. It over here, right? I feel bad for Tim Tebow because he had so much media on him at all times, and that none of that was his fault.
None of it.
The reason
that and the Peyton Manning that
he handled it like an actual. He handled it like an actual boss, though. Say that though. He handled it like an actual boss. He is actually the only person to take that amount of pressure.
I want Peach to understand. Peach, the reason why I didn't bring that up is my whole point was to say why Tim Tebow deserves more respect. He doesn't deserve more respect because of his media, because of how the media was to him. That's part of what led to his downfall, was because he was more of a distraction, kind of like what Colin Kaepernick would be for a locker room. He's not worth the headache. You know, yeah, his talent is what it is, but his off the field presence is more of a distraction than anything. That's why I didn't use that.
No, bro.
I disagree with that as a part of why he deserves the respect.
Hold on, wait, Peach. Jeremy, no. Tim Tebow is not on a roster because Tim Tebow could not throw a football. That is why Tim Tebow, regardless, because listen, they would all.
No, that's why I made the point that I made. I'm letting Peach know why I didn't say what he said. That's the only reason I'm saying that, Dry. I'm not making a point. I'm telling.
Yeah, but even like the read option thing, right? We seen the read option before that. Let's not forget Michael Vick.
I don't remember seeing the read option. Michael Vick used it right now.
Dan Dan Mullen put it into
because
Dan
the
Mullen
league
put
is
it into
batty.
Alex
NFL.
That's
Smith.
I'm
because the
talking about
league is
in the
batty
NFL.
and
I'm not talking
everybody
about in
does the
college.
same thing.
I'm talking about in the NFL. What
If
quarterback?
if anything, then you got to give that credit that you're talking about to Russell Wilson because he's who researched the NFL and using it, not Tim Tebow. Because everybody sprinkled it in. Like I said, Michael Vick used it. Like he said, Alex Smith used it. It was quarterbacks using it. It just wasn't a big part of the playbook until Russell Wilson really.
Can we
Russell
also
Wilson
just say
made
this?
people be like, oh, undersized, you can move and you got a good throw on the run and you got, you better in the pocket than we thought you'd be. We going to implement this, especially when they got a
But
good running back.
Can we also just say
Why
this?
do you think
I
they
would just say
thought?
this
Why do you
on
think they
Tim
thought that it
Tebow's
was working, bro?
on
Huh?
Tim Tebow's
Tebow
football
before
career.
Russell Wilson was even in the league.
Yo, but Michael Vick was doing it before Tim Tebow. So how do you give
They
Tim
didn't have a
Tebow
read.
credit
They
for
did
that?
not have a read option.
Yes,
Hey,
they did.
Hey, hold on,
They
wait,
were not
1
running the
second.
read option like that, bro.
Go ahead, Rod.
Can I just say this? I think that Tim Tebow's football career is just like this in the NFL. He outkicked his coverage. Okay, he was the ugly dude that picked up the actual girlfriend. At the end of the day, he won a Super Bowl. That's all that we're going to be able to actually give him. I think that Tebow. I think that Tebow gets all of the respect that he. I mean, we don't slander him. I just think that Tim Tebow is just a guy that just played in the league.
What are you
He went
talking
as
about?
far in the league as possible.
Whenever they bring up Tim Tebow's name on the media right now, and they talk about throwing the football, they start laughing and then they start.
He can't. Yes, Jeremy, because he can't throw the football
in the first three. Yes. In the first three quarters.
Shade. Listen, dog. He was bouncing balls in front of players' feet consistently. Like that's why they are laughing.
Did that last week. That don't mean Cam Newton.
I said consistently, Shades. I didn't say for a week. I said consistently, week in, week out. That is why people are laughing at him. Cam Newton also started his career off with a 400-yard game.
And laughing at this comment.
Hey, what we got next on Homie Studios Live?
Because we're gonna be here forever. But like that,
shit right here.
Yes,
ST. That was probably the first time that me and you are ever gonna agree on like some Florida shit. Like be like, nah, bro. All I'm gonna say is this: is like you can't say that the media will laugh at it now. Yes, because he consistently bounced balls in front of players' feet. If we can't agree on that, it doesn't matter what he did in the fourth quarter when you can't get your team in position to just win the game by just putting points on the board through the third quarter. It shouldn't have to always be a heart attack at the end of the game. How are we gonna get this done?
And it doesn't have to be. That's why I said he needed more time to develop. Carry on. Let's go to the next thing. It's just gonna go in circles.
Just gonna go in circles. This is your topic. Anywho, we got a boxing match this weekend, even though we do apologize, as I definitely stated in the previous Saturday podcast that it was coming up this weekend or that weekend, but no, it's this weekend. We got Gervante Davis versus Santa Cruz Halloween night. Now, we already did our predictions on this. And I'm gonna let Shades ask this question because I don't want to present the question. I want to just be able to answer it.
Do y'all think that Tank Davis can be on a trajectory to go past Money Mayweather? Do you think he can surpass Money Mayweather's record?
Play that shit again.
Look, man, I wasn't even trying to play that, but
yeah, because double crickets on this shit. Because first of all, you got way long of a path to even try to do that. And number two, to tell the truth, his style of fighting is what's going to keep him from even possibly being that. Like, to get to that, you kind of got to have Floyd's style of fighting, because his style with being so defensive, like even Mike Tyson wasn't Floyd Mayweather. And we taking Mike Tyson over Floyd Mayweather, most boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? because that style of fighting can't do that. You know, you're gonna be vulnerable. It's a lot more different variables. Like you're not waiting it out. You're not letting people get tired, and before people could hit you. You know what I'm saying? People can't hit Floyd. Like to this day, we still ain't really never seen Floyd take that real shot. We seen every boxer take that shot. Floyd be like,
Sugar
Shane
Shane
Mosey.
one time.
Sugar Shane Mosey got that boy.
Will he touch?
that's not the hit I'm talking about.
He got run, boy.
Will he hit?
That's a stunner.
Will he touch Floyd's record? Will he touch Floyd's record?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Not a chance. For the reasons I was actually going to present was this exact same reasons that the boy Peach presented. I mean, his fighting style, because before we went into this, I really wanted to take a look and see what I was talking about here. So I pulled up a couple of YouTube videos on him and took a look. And his fighting style is going to leave him open. And eventually somebody's going to is going to capitalize on that. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying like he ain't finna go on some like little streak or whatever the case may be. But all I'm saying is that to get to what Floyd at 50-0, right? 50.
Yeah.
No, not with that fighting style, bro. Because that like Peach said, and I lean heavily on Peach when it comes to this boxing shit because Peach has done this shit before. You know what I'm saying? So like, when you say like, because we all know, turn that shoulder. You know what I mean? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Floyd move. He keep himself safe at all times, and he's safe at all times. And the other boxer is in a position to get his ass rocked in a lot of them times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For Tank to make it to that, his chin will have to be 99. 99.
Man, I'm gonna have to disagree with y'all boys, man.
Let me hear that, Shane. Continue your bullshit from last segment.
Hey, you can call it BS all you want to, brother. But with Tank, I see Floyd Mayweather's defensive style, but he's also different. And I always look at fighters like, do you keep your eyes focused on your target while you're boxing? And he doesn't duck his head and stuff like that, just like Floyd does too. So I see Floyd's defense, and I see power that like kind of Tyson had, to where if he gets you one good time, you know, there could be a possibility that you're going out. So, and Floyd's his mentor as well. So Floyd's going to be in his ear every time, you know, and he's going to have Floyd in this corner, and he's going to have legendary coaching in this corner that other people aren't going to have. So because of reasons like that, yeah, I think he can do it. Will he do it? You know, that's going to be on Tank. You know, I think he does have the ability to do it, yes. But there's a lot of other things that I think that can happen, like distractions outside, females, money, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But he's from Baltimore, and like he said it himself, if you can make it out of Baltimore, you can make it anywhere. So I do think he can do it, but I think it's going to be stuff like distractions and things like that he's going to have to stay focused and to stay the course to make it to 50. But, you know, he may retire at 30 or 40, but I do think that he can finish out being undefeated.
That wasn't the question. It's undefeated 50-0. He could be undefeated.
I don't know if he's gonna fight.
That's what it's up. That's what we talking about. Like that's the only basis we talking about. Like that's the
bottom. But I mean, what if he only has 35, 40 fights?
Then that's not a Floyd career.
Right.
He's 15 fight shorts there. Come out of retirement if you want to be a Floyd.
Yeah.
So I'm not privy to the whole fight game, but isn't this the same argument that John Bones Jones have with the Khabib thing?
In regards to what?
In the regards to John Bones Jones has 15 title matches defended, and Khabib only has 4. So then whenever Khabib was leaving, they were trying to call him the greatest, but he's like, no, you have to do it 11 more times, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the same argument?
Yeah,
No,
that's
because the
pretty much-
UFC is different.
That's the same argument.
What?
You're
No,
saying he has
no,
to do it-
because
he has to have
in the
58 more
octagon,
fights.
bro, in the octagon, length of time in their like, Hall of Fame spans and whatever is not the same. They get a lot of short stints of great fighters, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When in boxing, who has done the 50-0? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Other people are 15-0, but on a lower level or this or that. You know what I'm saying? In UFC, like that shit's not happening.
No,
in
but I
boxing.
think that's what John Bones Jones is saying. Nobody else has had the belt and defended it 15 times in a row without being beat. So that's why I'm saying it is similar in the fact of you're saying with Tank Davis versus Mayweather. You can't compare the two.
Nah, because Khabib got a chance.
But the question is
Khabib got a chance, a realistic chance to reach that.
But the actual question is, do you think Tank Davis can surpass Money Mayweather's record? And that's the question. That's the question at hand.
No.
And then the answer is no. The answer
is oh hell no.
Oh hell no. Oh, you know what I mean? But let's move along, brothers, because I think we know where we stand there. We got some we're gonna jump back into this music thing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump back into this music thing because we feel like the early pods we completely neglected music, and we definitely not doing that any longer. You know what I mean? So fellas, the question of the day for music is, who are your top 5 artists of this era? And by this era, the definition is the past 15 years. Any takers?
Huh?
Okay.
Chris Montana, 2 Chainz, 21 Savage, Kevin Gates, and Plies.
21.
Are you serious? Because I almost logged out of this whole podcast. That top 5. I couldn't associate myself with a homie.
Wait, are you for real?
Such blasphemy.
No,
Nah, because we ain't
Yes,
hear
he
Currency.
is. Yes, he
That's how
dead.
you know.
Hey, he is
We'd have
dead
heard
ass
If I
serious.
heard Currency, I would have just logged out. I wouldn't have asked if he was for real or not.
That's
I feel like
fact.
that's his real
That's
list.
fact.
Click.
That's fact.
Hey, Jeremy actually does like Currency though. For real. Or I'm sorry, Shadez does like.
you already know. That's how you know this ain't the real list. You already know. All right, so I'm gonna go then. Freddie Gibbs, my number 1. He surpassed Currency right now, but you already know I'm buying the Currency no matter what.
Yep.
Currency number 2. So I got Gibbs, Gangsta Gibbs, Currency, Nipsey Hussle, Flatbush Zombies, and J. Cole.
That's strong.
I got Nip. I don't got no order, but Nip number 1 with no order. But I got Nip, Kendrick, Cole, Joyner, and
ASAP.
damn, that top
that
top 5 be hard, son.
I'm gonna see if you're gonna say it.
What's
I'ma
that? ASAP
say-
Rocky.
I'm gonna probably say Big Sean.
Boy.
Okay.
Boy.
All right. So my 5. My 5. Oh, my bad, brother.
No, you got it.
My 5 are as follows: Nip, Cole, Kendrick, Boogie.
I ain't gonna lie, he slipped in my mind.
I know he did.
Because
That's
you
why
know I ride to that boogie.
I was waiting for you to say it because I'm like, he gonna say it. You know what I mean?
He did though.
And then my last one is Freddie Gibbs.
I was thinking more like, I try not to forget. When you said 15 years, I try not to forget the years. I ain't been on Boogie for 15 years. You put me on
I haven't.
Boogie.
I haven't either, but Boogie,
but he is, Boogie
Boogie's
definitely that, I'm talking about that vibe that When I put on Boogie shit, it play. I'm talking about every track. I want the interludes. I want the skits.
Yes,
Give it
yes.
to me, brother. Like,
And let me make sure
ain't everybody like that.
and let me make sure I make this clear to our podcast listeners and our YouTube viewers. I'm specifically speaking on Boogie, not a Boogie with a hoodie.
No.
I'm speaking on
Keep the hoodie.
Boogie.
And he from Detroit?
No, what's that?
Hoodie. Nah, he from Cali.
Cali.
Oh, word.
I'm damn sure. That's
Cali.
all he talk about.
That's all he's talking. All right, Rod, what you got, brother?
I mean, I'm with you with the Nip. I'm with you with the Kendrick, the Cole. Somebody for me, I don't know. Like when I first heard of this guy, I really was just like, this guy is weird. But like just over time, his music has grown on me, and that's Thug, Young Thug. I like to listen to his music. Hey, it is what it is, brother. And somebody else I like to listen to also is Future. I mean, those are just some people I like to listen to over the past 15 years.
And I'm hey Ryan, hold up. Ryan, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100% because along with this whole entire thing about music and just right now bars, it's about being popular and it's about captivating people enough to even listen. And I think that is a talent that also goes missing on the whole entire rap game. Personally.
All right, well, y'all go put on y'all dresses.
Numbers actually matter too.
Young Thugs.
I don't understand how we have a list of 15 years. I don't understand how we have a list of 15 years, and I know that y'all don't like them, but
it's too long.
But Drake has got to be mentioned in this.
Because I got young boys I like.
Peach, let Rod get his shit up.
Drake has definitely has got to be mentioned in just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know that he isn't a true rap artist. I understand all of his curves to it, but numbers matter. And I think that Drake is a person that has to be mentioned. Kendrick, Cole, I think that those people are there. I think that Young Thug is not in my list, but I think that Young Thug is one of those types of people that I think that as long as you can captivate people enough to change. God, I'm searching for a fourth though. I don't know, man. And I don't really have too many people that have moved me like that. I think Nipsey did. I think Kendrick, Drake, you know what I'm saying? Drake because he just takes over. But I don't – anybody outside of that, everybody else is just music to me at this point, if that makes sense.
Come on, Rod. You got 4. We need one more.
We're
trying to get him to do that extra bench. You got one more in you.
One more rep, brother.
One more rep, bro.
Damn.
Stay on set.
I'm gonna have to go. I know that we done talk shit about him. I think Wayne.
Okay, that's.
I thought he exceeded the 15-year mark.
Or Kanye.
No.
Or is Kanye in the 15-year mark?
I mean, because they're still putting music out within these last 15 years too. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I didn't think of him in my 5 because I put him over the 15-year mark. I wasn't thinking about
Wayne in that category because Wayne has been out since like 98. So,
but yeah, I think we need to break down this into smaller categories because there's some people not getting highlighted because of that frame right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying the last 15 years, like since like 2005. I mean, really, the wave came out at 2008, where like Wale, Meek Mill, Big Sean, Drake, Nicki, Tyga, all of them came out at the same. Wiz Khalifa, all of them came out like 07, 08.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? Did Wale as a rapper kind of disappoint y'all?
No.
Didn't?
No.
He disappointed me.
I fucks with Wale, but he just he fuck with his R&B shit more, and I had to learn to respect that.
See,
I don't want to hear his R&B shit.
No, but that's my thing.
That's where his money at.
Wale, though.
That's where his money at.
Put him in a box.
Oh, but that's where he make money because he didn't make money in the rap game. So he had to go R&B for the bread. But I missed the mixtapes. He went R&B on the mixtapes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's where he got me at. The mixtapes was like for chicks too.
Ooh, is Ross in this too? What do we think about Ross?
I didn't even think about Ross, man. Ross is the last 15 years.
I like Ross, and he got his respect, but he not in my top 5.
Right.
I don't got to think about
Ross
it.
is for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking nobody out mine, but he's definitely in my top 10.
Don't get me wrong. I got my moments when I'm in Ross mode. You feel me?
I would have Davies, Ross, ASAP, Big Crit.
Right. Definitely some crit.
Yeah,
But
Crit definitely makes that list. Yeah.
I like it's some NBA young boy I like.
Okay.
I don't like any of his.
Nah, I got some heat that like my brother put me on that'll make you
Dom
like.
Ken.
I was like that.
Dom Ken.
Now give me Corday. Give me YBN Corday.
I like YBN.
I can vibe to him. You know what I mean?
I ain't know if my boy
He got the bar.
Rod Wave was considered hip hop. He might be R&B, but
he do that melodic shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit. I got Conway the Machine. You know what I mean?
I don't know him like that.
We got Benny.
Roddy
Rich is still he's a little melodic for me too.
He got some hits though.
You know, he got hits, definitely. We're not taking anything away from him. I'm just thinking he's a little. I mean, he does his. I'm gonna do my thing. I don't know. You know, he gonna do a little.
But he got that shit. When you hear it 3 times, you catch yourself fucking singing
absolutely.
that shit, and you didn't even know.
And I'm gonna tell you now because I'm just letting it be known. I gotta amend my list because I didn't put JID in this list at all, and I'm outrageously I am outrageously disrespected with myself.
This list is too hard. This list is hard, and that's what I've been bumping lately too.
Oh my god, because Jid shot up the fucking list.
Will we put Black on this album?
Send y'all my Jid playlist or R&B? Just the first 5 songs. Yes,
I would say Black
would be R&B. Black would be R&B. Yeah.
I got a couple R&B people.
Get prepared for that because I want to know your R&B list next.
Oh, you don't. I mean, you talking to the R&B King fan, but what's good? You dig? Yeah. But y'all got any music that y'all want the homies to be checking out this weekend, man?
When y'all get a chance, check out that Currency Outrunners, Magello Red with Rick Ross, one of the best Rick Ross verses this year. Rick Ross has put out a lot of verses this year on features, but I think this one was one of the best. That whole album or that whole mixtape by Currency was one of the 15 that he probably put out this year. He is one of the artists that will put out a project every month or every 2 months. So if you bored and you want a catalog to listen to, pull up your boy Currency.
True.
Got a single I was actually listening to not too long ago. I mean, I wanted to see what the boy Jack Harlan would follow up his What's Poppin' with, you know what I'm saying? And he actually has a song out right now called Tyler Hero. And, you know, it kind of slides. I mean, he's starting to grow on me. So, I mean, get out a listen, give it a listening ear, see what you think. Pump or dump, let us know.
Let me just take it back old school. Big Sean, finally famous.
Okay.
Take it back old school for you.
Absolutely. Definitely. You know, we could definitely be bringing out, you know, the older tracks too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? What you got, Peach?
Bro, you just made me. I know the Weekend Vibe Boogie now. So y'all can listen to Thirst Part 1, Part 2. It don't matter which one.
Right. So I was debating between two. Because St. John got a new single out that definitely
It's fire.
St. John got a new single out that y'all definitely need to be checking out. But if you're looking for an album to check out, just released today. Surprisingly, Omarion's The Connection album is actually pretty decent. So if you listen, wanted to get a little upbeat R&B little vibe, you can definitely
I ain't heard
check
from over a minute.
You can definitely check out that Omarion album that dropped today. But yeah, man.
Bro, y'all boys, St. John's dropped something, boy. St. John, that dude, boy.
Yeah, bro, you put me on St. John, and he got another. He got
so close to me.
He did a song with Lenny Kravitz. I know he was a different type of dude.
Yeah. That shit's a That shit's a certified banger though, man. But y'all boys got any shout outs before we get up out of here, man?
Man, shout outs to the boys on the pod holding it down. Episode 15. Having to go through that Tim Tebow craziness with your boy. Episode 15 was crazy. I want to give a shout out to the homies across the nation. Shout out to everybody that voted. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for listening, vibing with your boys. You know, we're nearing the end of season 1. You know, we're gonna go on season 2 in January. So we appreciate y'all. We definitely got a couple more episodes coming through the months of November. But during December, we are gonna be winding down, getting things ready for January. We're gonna drop season 2. So appreciate y'all for vibing through. And yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody, you know, for keep going, keep striving.
Definitely. I want to give a shout out to the Something Light podcast by Either Light. My cousin just dropped his second podcast. It's available on Anchor, Pocket Cast, and Spotify. Man, go give that thing a shout, man. He's gonna be talking about battle rap, video games, books, everything, like anything that's of interest to him, which he normally, if he has an interest, he's 1000% dove into, especially battle rap, because he be there at the battles and stuff like that. Go give the Something Light podcast a listen to. You dig?
I guess a little reiteration of Shadez. Shout out to the voters, because in some states now, early voting topped their total voting of last time. So shout out to that. And I wanted to really give a shout out to knowledge and learning and the power of it, because even just like since we've been on this podcast, I've learned, and you know, my knowledge has grown from getting different perspectives and different facts from just you guys, you know? So like, let's take that to the world and just keep learning and growing, spreading that.
That's facts. What you got, Rod?
Yeah, man, I think that goes with what everybody's saying, man. Shout out to us, man. Shout out to the fact that we can do this every single week. It gets hectic. It gets very, very busy. Topics are hard to come by. Stressful. We all have full-time jobs doing this, and we still show up every single week. So I appreciate it still. We're adding more to it. Shout out to my boy Brandon Lloyd. We have the Ball and Q podcast that will be supposed to drop yesterday, but I screwed that up. So shout out to that. Also, that'll be under the Homie Studios network. So we're still doing that. What you got, Jeremy?
No, it's like bomb.
Oh, drop it. All right. But yeah, man, just shout out to us, man, and go motherfucking Gators. We finally got a football game.
Hey.
We better win it. Shit.
Right? That's a whole other topic.
Linebackers, you better motherfucking tackle.
All I know is if we lose this game, we guaranteed to lose to Georgia, so they better win.
Exactly.
Sure.
What you got, Ryan?
I want to give a shout out to the homies, the fam, and you know, just the ability to be able to, like you said, all of us do work full-time jobs, and we all find a way to, you know, get here and make sure that we get together. And that's really what it's all about, you know, spreading the love, spreading knowledge. And as the piggyback off what Peach said as well, you know, we just need to make sure we get that out into the atmosphere, out into the world, make it a better place. So just shout out to people.
Facts. That's supreme facts, brother.
Y'all want to go live for the election?
Oh God.
Airbnb out.
They ain't gonna want us to go live for the election.
Look,
370 electoral votes. What the fuck's happening?
Look, man, you know, that would be spicy, but my ass is allergic to spicy.
Super delegates.
Right.
What the fuck is the electoral college? Like,
all right, y'all boys. Well, until next time, brothers, and until next time, homies listening in. This has been Homie Studios. You dig?
Lessons.